Hey, what's good, people, man? It's the Health and Wellness Dread, aka the Platinum Bearded Dread. You dig it? On any given day, yeah, when you walk in the street or when you're at work, you see your friends and stuff like that. How likely would you say it is that you're wearing a mask? Now, all of us wear masks to some degree or another. Well, most of us anyway. But if you're honest with yourself, to what degree are you really presenting people, even your friends, of the real you? And when I say the real you, I'm talking about, when you're on your own, in your own space, you know what I mean? And how much of you are your friends and sometimes even family really seeing? And maybe it presupposes that we all wear masks to a degree, apart from the enlightened ones and some people who what you see is what you get, but most of us to some degree are wearing a mask. There's a movie called The Mask by with Jim Carrey in it. So it's a comedy and it's a classic. I love it, man. And it's about Jim Carrey plays a goofy kind of character who works in a bank, and he's always clumsy, and they make fun of him, and he can't land the girl and all of that stuff. And then one day he stumbles across a magic mask floating in the river. I can't remember how he gets the mask. Does he jump in the river? Does the dog jump in? I can't remember. But then he gets the mask, and when he puts it on, he has these how can I put it? He has powers basically. It kind of like gives him powers, but what it does, it increases his confidence. And now, he's landing the girl of his dreams, and he's looking cool and all of that. Everyone's like oohing and ahhing. And when he takes off, he goes back to that clumsy character. And equally, in the same movie, there's an evil character that when he gets the mask and puts it on, his evil is of great proportion. He becomes even more evil with power. And what I found interesting about that movie was that the fact that it only exaggerated, if you like, or made bigger what you were or what you wanted to be, but the essence of the person didn't change. So the clumsy character, he still had that heart that the woman really longed for. It wasn't all of that bravado and all that stuff that he thought is what she wanted. What was in his essence was what she wanted all along. And the reason why I use that movie as an example is because we're all walking around with a mask, and the question is why? Even if you look at yourself, why? I ask myself the same question. What is the reason why we all walk around wearing a mask? To the point where it's exhausting, man. You go into work, smile, and do everything you have to do, and then when you return home, then it's the real you. And the reason why most of us wear a mask is because it's usually based on something external. We don't want to let people down. We don't want to seem boring. We don't want to, we want to be part of the group. We don't want to be excluded from the group. And if that means acting in a certain way to be popular, then so be it. And most of us do that to some degree or another. But have you ever considered that it can be very, very, very exhausting, man? And some people can keep that mask for decades, even to the point where even their own partners sometimes don't really know who they are. But have you considered this, that when we wear a mask in public, not only are we betraying our friends and those who we interact with, more importantly, we're betraying ourselves, our soul, if you like. The reason why we're betraying our friends is because we're giving them a picture of who we're not really. And so they've built a relationship based on that. They think they know you as such and such, but that wasn't you, and you've kept that going for years. And the thought of being the real you is scary, because now you might lose them, or now you might not be so popular. You might be called boring. You know what I mean? All those things that you don't want to be called or looked upon as. But more importantly, you're betraying yourself, because the Creator's made all of us in a certain way, with all our quirks and our different shades, if you like. Some of us are more laid back. Some of us are bubbly. Some of us are very extrovert. Some of us speak a lot. Some of us don't. Some of us are very, very quiet. Some of us like simplicity. Some of us, and none of them are bad or good. But he's created us with our quirks, which make us who we are. So when we are interacting with others, and we're doing all we can to fit in or adjust, and holding back on who we fully are, we're not only we're compromising ourselves, and that's so destroying. And it's the saddest thing to see, because that's what we've been born with. That's who we are. And so, even goes to the point that we may not even thrive and be as successful as we could be, because deep down, we're put on a performance, if you like, so that we're accepted. Even if it's been 10, 20 years, it doesn't matter. A time has to come where we just look at ourselves in the mirror and say, you know what? I can't do this anymore, man. We have to be prepared to be that who we feel we are, and be brave and be courageous. Even if it means we're going to lose people, let the chips fall where they may. But take comfort in the fact that all you're doing is being the you that you was created to be, and that makes you joyful, makes your heart sing. You have the courage to hold on to that. And what will happen is that those who fall off by the wayside, doesn't matter how many years you've known them for, were never for you. But those who are genuine, those who love you, those who want to be with you, those who want you, aren't going anywhere. They'll still be there. They'll still be there, man. What I would say though is that there are some people who are closer to what we're talking about in terms of not wearing a mask. And I find that young children are very much like that. What you see is what you get. Also, young people on the spectrum, so-called special needs. You know, when you're around young children and young people on the spectrum, they don't know anything other than to be who they are. And it's very refreshing, because you can learn a lot from being in a company of people like that. And sometimes, you know, it's good to be around to remind ourselves that it can be done. Look at pets. Pets don't talk, but everyone loves pets. Pets see us in all our states: moody, excited, happy, sad, but they're still there. And that's the kind of energy you want around you, whereby they accept your full spectrum of your character. Not only when you're in a good mood, or not only when you're bubbly, and you know. When I look back, my mum now, she was very close to that, because what you saw is what you got. Maybe because she was old school, and it didn't appeal to everyone, but it was very liberating and freeing, because she spoke her mind. You know what I mean? And sometimes that comes with the territory. If it means we're going to be true to ourselves, we have to speak our mind, man. But like I said, it's very, very freeing. But anyway, let me know your thoughts here. Are you one of those people that wears a mask? And you know, most people that you interact with don't really know you, even in relationships. Or are you one of those people on the flip side who just speak your mind? But you know, I mean, that's how you're cut. If you like, that's how you're made. That's who you are. And what's the experiences that come along with that? Drop a comment, man. Because I read every one of them and I respond. So I'd love to read them. And don't forget, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And we can do this again. It's the Health and Wellness Dread, aka the Platinum Bearded Dread. Shit, man.